passion for the Porsche. That's what's driving a group of Galway men in their bid to raise money for charity through a growing hobby in this country called the kit car. Now, with the kit car, you take an ugly duckling of a basic car, you apply the bodywork from the kit, you also apply several hours elbow grease, and lo and behold, you've created a swan. It could be a Porsche, it might be a Lotus, might even be the more exotic Cobra. They may be replicas, but they still turn heads like the real thing.
Established 25 years ago, Galway-based Western Veteran and Vintage Motor Club has grown from 22 to 220 members and acknowledged as one of the largest motor clubs in Ireland. Where a love of cars may be the reason for joining such a club, this club has taken every opportunity to raise funds for various charities. For the past 3 months, 5 of the members have been working tirelessly at a project, replicating the king of the road, Porsche Speedster.
Last year we had a collection at our annual run for the Share a Dream Foundation. Now each year for the last number of years we've had a collection for the Tuam Cancer Care. So we have branched internationally now this year, and this main charity being sponsored on this occasion is the Ingrid Schooner Foundation, or Rehab, which is a rehab centre in Mozambique for street children.
Sergio, in fairness, had done 2 kit cars before, so he knew what he was getting into. He didn't tell us, and that was the problem. He said, a couple of days, you'll have this done. When this is all built, we're going to have words with Sergio later. But Sergio, Ernst, David, Jimmy, and myself decided we'd put our time into it. And it did take a lot of time. We've been 3 months, 2 days a week for the last 3 months.
I fooled a group of people in building this car, telling them it was really very simple, just follow the instruction and put it together. Didn't work that way, of course, but I knew that because I had previous experience of building kit car. So the idea was to build this kit car and then raffle the car, and the money that we were getting, would have gone part of it to Mozambique and some other here in Ireland for the project, which already the club was involved with it.
We chose the Volkswagen Beetle because it had to be a Beetle for this Porsche car. There was no other chassis that would work with this kit. We made quite a few phone calls, but we needed a very, very good chassis. It was pointless trying to work with something that needed a lot of work. So we eventually sourced one in Athenry, very close to home, and it was donated to us, free of charge, by Mr. Joe Keating.
Come on, lads, come on, put your... It's flying.
Initially, seeing the truck pull into the yard, pull back the curtains, and seeing this bare kit there, we looked at it and said, will we ever turn this into an actual car? Lifted it off, brought it into the shed, and that was when we knew we had to finish this. The fiberglass body was sourced in the UK. It's a company called Pilgrim. They do a lot of these kit cars, and Sergio made a phone call, made some deal with Pilgrim, and then we had some local transport firm, O'Toole Transport, here to bring it back for us, and they brought it back free of charge, so that helped the cause as well.
That's it. While you're doing the test? Yes. Now, do you want me to swing it over for you while you're testing?
Yes, I'll put on the jumping now.
Sourcing the engine was quite difficult. We had a couple of choices. We wanted the car to have the performance to go with the looks, so it was pointless putting in a smaller engine. The original Speedster did have a 1600, so it is on par with what was available at the time. We stripped it, refurbished absolutely everything inside it. Some parts were even replaced with chrome, a lot nicer and a lot nicer looking than what it was originally.
There's one thing that has to be done there, John, when we're final in it, is to get the little washer between the 2 anchor points at the back.
The next step then was to start on the body preparation, to get the doors to hang, to get all the shut lines proper, there was a huge amount of time spent on the bodywork. That took more than the mechanical side of it, to be honest. After we cut and shortened the chassis, we dummy fitted the whole body on it to get everything to line up, because it was pointless welding it and then deciding, oh, it's not going to fit. So it was all dummy fitted, then it was welded while the sub chassis was on it, then removed, taken away, spray painted, prepared, and then the full rolling chassis, engine, gearbox, suspension, everything was prepared. And when the body was fully prepared, that was then laid down back on top of the Volkswagen chassis and brought away to be sprayed. We took it into town to the community training workshops in Galway, where they have a fabulous baking oven and fabulous spraying facilities, and it was brought in there. It's a very controlled environment, no dust, and the guys in there were very, very helpful. John O'Connell, the guy who runs the place, was extremely helpful to us. Brought the car in, wheeled it in, and last night it was sprayed, and it came out this morning, and it's fabulous. It really is. We had all the donkey work done before this. Just bring it in and start fitting trim, seats, wipers, windscreen, lights, electrical harness, everything, all together, and then turn key, hopefully, and drive out the door.
Now that the hard work is over, the lads are ready to let their swan go. This Porsche replica is to be raffled on Saturday the 23rd of July and can be viewed in the Air Square Shopping Centre Galway tomorrow and Wednesday.
It doesn't look anything like a Beetle. It won't drive like a Beetle. And when you drive down the street and that, nobody's ever going to think you're in a Beetle. They're going to think you're some kind of film star.